When you think of silver, you probably think of jewelry, right? Or maybe old coins. But what if I told you that it's actually one of the secret ingredients powering the entire AI revolution? Today, we're going to break down why this ancient metal has suddenly become one of the most critical resources for our high-tech future.
So you might have heard this buzzing around. People are starting to call silver the new gold. And look, that's not just about its price. It's really about a massive technological shift that's putting silver right at the heart of, well, everything. So what's really going on here?
And this isn't just about one thing. The demand for silver is coming from pretty much every corner of the tech world. We're talking about those gigantic AI data centers, all the solar panels driving the green energy boom, electric cars, and yeah, even the smartphones in our pockets and the computers on our desks. They are all incredibly hungry for silver.
Okay, so what is it about silver that makes it so special for all this technology? Why not copper or something else? Well, it all boils down to one fundamental, unchangeable property of physics, something silver just does better than any other metal on the entire planet.
And that property is electrical conductivity. Now, here's the key thing to get. Silver isn't just a good conductor. It has the highest electrical conductivity of any metal, period. That means electricity flows through it with the least amount of resistance, which is absolutely crucial when you're talking about efficiency and performance.
And in high-performance tech, this superconductivity isn't a luxury. It's a flat-out necessity. For the insane speeds of modern computing, for distributing huge amounts of power without waste, for managing all that heat, and for making sure circuits and connectors are rock-solid reliable, you just can't compromise. There's really no substitute.
So how does this all connect to the future? Well, it's the engine behind our first massive surge in demand, the absolute explosion of artificial intelligence. Because you have to remember, the AI boom isn't just about software, it's about the gigantic physical infrastructure you need to make it all run. So it really boils down to this simple but incredibly powerful chain reaction. The more AI we get, the more data centers we have to build. Those data centers use an unbelievable amount of electricity, and to manage all that power efficiently, well, that requires a whole lot of silver.
Let's break it down. It all starts small. A single AI server might only use, say, between 10 and 30 grams of silver. Doesn't sound like a lot, right? But just wait, because this is where things start to scale up fast.
Now let's zoom out just a little. You stack all those servers into a single rack, and suddenly that small amount multiplies. Now you're looking at up to a full kilogram of silver. See where this is going? And this is where the numbers get truly mind-boggling. When you build out an entire massive AI data center with thousands upon thousands of servers, you are talking about 30 to 50 tons of silver. That is a colossal amount for just one single building. And if we pull the lens back even further and look at the whole planet, the projections are wild. By 2030, the demand for silver just from the AI industry could be somewhere between 500 and 1,000 metric tons every single year. And that's on top of everything else.
But here's the thing. AI isn't the whole story. Not even close. There's a great quote from one of the sources that puts it perfectly. What we're actually seeing is a double demand shock. Just as AI is taking off, another global revolution is demanding silver on an even bigger scale.
And that second surge is solar energy. The global push for renewables relies almost entirely on solar panels. And guess what? Every single one of those panels uses a silver paste to actually conduct the electricity it generates from the sun.
Now, this is some really important context. Right now, today, solar is actually a bigger user of silver than AI is. But the real story isn't about AI versus solar. It's about the combined, compounding pressure of two of the biggest technological shifts in history, both demanding the exact same critical material at the exact same time. So you've got these two massive demand curves, both pointing straight up. What happens when all that incredible demand slams into the hard reality of global supply? This is where the whole thing shifts from being a tech story to a story about global strategy.
And this is the squeeze. On one side, demand is just skyrocketing from AI, solar, EVs, you name it. But on the other side, the supply is, well, it's tight. Most silver is actually mined as a byproduct of digging for other metals. And getting a new mine up and running can take a decade or more. You can't just flip a switch and get more silver. So, at the end of the day, the bottom line is this. Silver's unique ability to conduct electricity has made it an absolutely essential, non-negotiable ingredient for the future of technology. It's not just a precious metal anymore. It's become a truly strategic resource.
Which leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to think about. Given its irreplaceable role in both the information revolution and the energy revolution, could silver, a metal we've been using for thousands of years, actually turn out to be the single most powerful metal for building our future? It's a compelling thought. Thanks for joining me.